Hey there, and welcome back to your channel, Black Women. This channel is for you, for Black women ages 30 and above that want to transform their lives and do so in a helpful, transformative way. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to do part one today because there's so much to cover in this topic of. Let me ask you a question. 2024 is just fresh and new. We're still in January, right? So I want to ask you the question, Black women. I want you to ponder on something. Is it going to be business as usual or is it transformation time? That's the question that I want you to have in your heart and your mind all of this week. And there's so much to share on the topic of business as usual or transformation that this is just going to be the first part, right? So please like, subscribe, share, and definitely comment so that we can bring you more content that you like, that is transformative, that is thought provoking, that helps you improve your life. Because I, like you, am on a journey of transformation, of growth, of vitality, joy, strength, and all that come with those things. So, again, welcome, welcome, welcome. And before we get too deep into the topic, I want you to check out Iyanla Van Zant's video. It's titled Transforming Truths, Deep Dives with Iyanla Van Zant. And here she's going to get more pointedly in detail about how you go about changing your lives, especially for us Black women, because we give so much to and do for so many, our families, our loved ones, our co-workers, and we go, 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 and we do, do, do. And sometimes we forget to take stock of who we are and all that we bring to the table, all that we show up, the ways in which we show up that are wonderful and powerful and very, very helpful to everyone else. But are we doing that for ourselves? Are we really checking in a way that's meaningful, powerful, and positive for ourselves? I'm going to talk to you first in this part one about the mental and emotional constructs around transformation, right? Because even before we get to the transformations, we've got to be in a headspace, right, to transform. It's easy to do business as usual, right? We can, because it's comfortable. You don't have to make any waves, ruffle any feathers. You don't have to do much of anything, but just be in that rut and do what you know to do, even if it's not working, it's not particularly helpful, but you know the pattern, you know the drill. So months go by, years go by, and you find yourself in a rut because you have developed this business as usual pattern. You know it, it's familiar to you, right? But is it really getting you where you need to go? Is it really inspiring you? Are you jumping up out of bed? Are you waking up saying, yeah, I could do this. I can try that. Or are you just going through the motions? Who wants to spend their lives going through the motions? I don't. Do you? Ask yourself that question. Business as usual is comfortable. But what if I stepped into the arena of transformation? Yes. How would that feel? Well, let me tell you what it would look like. One of the things on the pathway of transformation is that you got to do some self evaluations, right? You've got to check in with yourself on this journey of transformation. You've got to say, what brings me joy? What saddens me? What is my hot button? What turns me off? What inspires me? What demotivates me? What am I enthusiastic about? What is it that I could care less about? What is it that brings me so much joy? I would do it even if I didn't get paid to do it. What is it that when I see it, I just walk or run in the other direction because I don't want to be a part of that? You have to really, really check in and do some critical assessments of yourself, because in the doing, you will find out where you need to place your energies and where your passions lie and what really, really excites you about a thing or a person or a place. But you've got to ask these critical questions of yourself. You have to do a self-assessment. And if you show up at any point in your life and you asking, why did I do that? Why did I say that? Why did that person have that effect on me? These are the keys to finding out not only what you're passionate about, but it's going to lead you to what's important to you and ultimately what goals you have for your life. The other thing you want to do is when you're talking about transformation, you want to cultivate a growth mindset. Abena, what do you mean by growth mindset? Well, you want to be a lifelong learner. You want to put yourself on a track to do something different, to learn something new, to expose yourself to people that are where you want to be. And in order to do this, it requires an intention way of thinking about how you approach life. It could be as simple as, taking a different way to the grocery store. Don't take the way you always go, take a different route. Because guess what's going to happen in that different route? You're going to see some birds, you're going to learn a new route, learn a new thing, which is going to fire off the neurons in your brain and extend them and help your brain to grow and function at its optimal best. So you always want to be in a growth mindset because that is your ticket to improvement and transformation. I got another one for you. Always, always, and I cannot stress this enough, be grateful. Be grateful because gratitude puts you in a humble space. So what if the situation, the person, the thing doesn't look like you thought it would? It's okay. It could be a worse situation, person, place, or thing, right? So be grateful in the moment for whatever shows up. Use what you have. I think Dr. Kwame Nkrumah said it best. I remember one of his quotes: go to the people Start with what they have, build on what they know. You know, you don't start out in life with everything at your feet and everything at your disposal, right? Work with what you have. The best way to work with what you have is to be thankful, be grateful. Because in the gratitude moment, you allow yourself to fully experience what's before you and take joy and be content in experiencing what you have right before you. It's gratitude is powerful. Another thing in terms of transformation that I want you to be very, very mindful of is face your fears, face your challenges. That is a very, very powerful way to transform your life. There was a time when, as a teenager, right, couldn't drive. And I wanted to drive. My dad was too busy to teach me, and my mom didn't know. Matter of fact, she got her license the same time I did. I think she got her license 3 days before I got mine. So we kind of learned together. So um, I went to driving school because I'm like, my dad worked at a car shop, so he had access to cars relatively inexpensively. And as soon as I got my driver's license, the car was parked right on the side of the house waiting for me. But I had to go ahead and get help. I got driver's training instruction at school. I passed the written test. And then I was able to pass the driving test and conquer that fear. So I had to make the adjustment, right? So I'm telling you, make the adjustment so that you can transform. So I was very responsible as a teenager. So once I got my license, I was driving all over the city, picking up groceries for my grandma, riding around with my friends, joyriding, not too fast. I did not want to lose the privilege of driving. I was a very responsible teen. Um, but I had to face that fear, right? So I want to ask you, Black woman, what fear are you facing? What challenge do you feel that you just can't get over? I bet you can get over it. I bet you if you take little incremental steps, I bet you could get over it. I bet you could get over it. You know, nothing beats a failure but a try. And if you never try, how will you know you could succeed? How will you know you will ever get over that fear? What is fear, right? False evidence appearing real. Because once you face that fear and you've conquered it, you're like, you could have done that years ago. So, whatever it is that keeps you from moving forward, face it, face it, face it. I'm going to have to replay this back because I'm talking to myself as well. This is good stuff. I love it. And I also want you to be aware of you want to be persistent as you're transforming, right? But in the persistent intention attitude, I also want you to be patient. It takes time to transform, right? You have been functioning your way, we've been functioning in society, we have certain established patterns. But when it's time to transform, you have to be persistent, intentioned, but at the same time, give yourself some grace. Be patient. There are going to be setbacks. There are going to be improvements. You're going to have leaps and bounds, you know. But remember to be patient with yourself. That's part of your self-care and the self-love, Black women. Be patient with yourself as you're being persistent at the same time. And lastly, I'll leave you today with make a mental note to check in with God. Do that. Whatever you're going through, the one that created you transformed you into this wonderful person that you are. So why not check in with the one that created you? Because the one that created you definitely has you on a success path, right? Or it would not have created you. So be still, be quiet sometimes, and just ask a simple question. God, what you want me to do today? God, how do you see my life? Transforming, changing, improving. And if you ask that question often enough, long enough, make sure you're still and quiet, the answers will come to you. They will definitely come. So, as I close, I want to remind you that I've got an upcoming class that I'm very excited about. Actually, I have two main things going on. I have a 3-day juice fast challenge coming up. I've reset the date for January the 27th, starts on a Saturday. So, give you time if you're working during the week to get everything together. It's going to be on a Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and I invite you to that. I'm so looking forward to it. I've been practicing. I did a few days of juice fasting about a week ago, and I've been eating lots of live fruits and vegetables, getting my body ready for the juice 3-day juice fast. So I'm excited for myself. I'm excited for you. So stay tuned and stay engaged. We're probably going to do a Facebook meetup to deal with that uh, 3-day juice fast. So stay tuned for that. And also, February 3rd, Saturday, I've reset my class for Black women. It's Harmony on Your Plate. And we're going to be talking about how to be vegan and plant-based and enjoy it to the fullest. All right. I've got some tips for you on how to do it, how to maintain it, and the things that you can look forward to in terms of your better health, right? So please like, subscribe, share, definitely comment so that we can keep this channel going. I'm so glad for your presence here today. And always go for the win-win in everything you do, a win for you and a win for me. It's a much better world, right? A much better place. The world will look so much better if we stood for each other. So I'm encouraging you to do that as we get our 2024 rolling and in action. All right, stay at peace, be blessed, and I will talk with you another time. Keep a listen for part two as we talk about business as usual or transformations. All right.